Hey guys, this is LT Sports. We are back for Week 6 and Week 7 games. Sorry we missed last week. We had busy schedules, but we are back.
Yeah, it sucks. We're always missing.
I know. Sorry if we're still in high school. We're busy, but we're glad to have everybody back. Zach is feeling a little bit under the weather, but he is with us today.
Yeah.
What is up?
Anyway, let's go ahead and start. Week 6 games. Commanders beating the Bears 12-7.
Yeah, this was not a very fun game to watch.
No, it was terrible.
I mean, Carson Wentz is just not getting it done for the Commanders. I don't like him.
Yeah.
He had 99 yards, and that's it.
Yeah, no one else really pushed the Commanders this game other than Brian Robinson Jr., who just got cleared.
Yeah, I mean, he just got cleared after getting shot.
Pretty crazy, bro.
Did you guys see the intro of him coming to Mini-Men?
I did.
That thing was sick.
Yeah. He had 17 carries, 60 yards, and 1 touchdown.
Scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
Right on his first game back. I mean,
Yeah.
that's great. I mean, the Bears are even worse. They're terrible. They did shock me last night, but we will get into that later. But their offensive line is terrible. He got sacked 5 times.
Yeah, Justin Fields, he's struggling, and has no help at all.
No. He doesn't have a lot of weapons on either side of the football. But, I mean, he had 190 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. It's mediocre football. That's about all I can say.
I think the Bears receiving corps is led basically by Darnell Mooney.
Yeah, Dante Pettis and Darnell Mooney are probably their 2 best weapons.
Yeah.
Dante Pettis had 4 receptions, 84 yards, and a touchdown. Darnell Mooney had 7 catches and 68 yards.
Yeah.
Together, that's a great game.
Yeah, that's pretty good
for the receivers.
Yeah, the rushing game, they did pretty good too. Justin Fields, he's a scrambling quarterback. He had 12 carries for 88 yards. And Khalil Herbert had 7 carries for 75 yards.
I like Justin Fields on the run. He can do it. He's fast. He's quick. He's smart. He can get out of bounds when he needs to. He'll slide when he needs to.
Yeah, but he's just not getting it done this year.
No, he's just not. Throwing the ball, especially.
Yeah, throwing the ball.
Next, we have the Giants beating the Ravens 24-20.
I think the Giants are one of the best teams around,
Yeah. I mean, the Giants have shocked me this year, no doubt. Nobody thought that they were going to be winning this much football games, and they are. They have a great offense and defense. The only thing that is setting them back, I would say, is Daniel Jones, their quarterback.
Yeah, definitely. He played decent this game, 175 yards with 2 touchdowns.
Not bad,
Uh-uh.
but I think that if they had a better quarterback, they would be even better.
Oh, yeah, to go along with Saquon Barkley. He's one of the best running backs in the NFL.
Oh, easily.
He proved it again this week. 22 carries, 183 yards, and 1 touchdown. I mean, he's good when he can be healthy.
Yes, when he is healthy, he is no doubt one of the best running backs in the National Football League.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
The Giants' receiving corps also did not do a lot this week, and I have not seen a lot out of them all year. Kenny Golladay went over there, hasn't really done anything. They did catch 2 touchdowns, but not a lot of yards out of Daniel Jones. So I think that the center of their problem
Bless you.
Sorry,
bless
guys.
you, dude.
Keep
Sorry about
going.
that.
Don't
Sorry
worry about
about
me. Don't mind me.
Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I think that's their setback this year.
That's their biggest setback. I love their defense. I love Justin Love. He had 3 tackles and an interception. I love it. I love what they're doing this year.
Oh, yeah. The Ravens, Lamar Jackson started off the season hot, but he's starting to cool down.
Yeah, Lamar, the first couple games of the season, was playing tremendous football.
Oh, yeah.
He only had 21 yards and a touchdown and an interception. Not the best, but
Yeah, I think their rushing yards is probably what's going to keep them in most of these games.
Definitely. I love when they run the football.
I love when Lamar Jackson gets loose.
Yeah.
He had 7 carries for 77 yards this game.
He's explosive, and they have a good backfield. They have Kenyon Drake, who had 10 carries, 120 yards, and a touchdown. When they're running the football, I think they're no doubt going to win some games.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And Mark Andrews, he's one of the best receiving options for the Ravens right now.
Oh, I love him at the tight end position.
Yeah,
7 catches, 106 yards, and a touchdown.
That's pretty good.
That's a great game.
Yeah. Colts beat the Jaguars 34-27. What do you think about that?
Matt Ryan played good this game.
Yeah, he did.
389 yards and 3 touchdowns. Played great. And Jonathan Taylor was inactive. His backup, Deion Jackson, scored a touchdown.
Yep.
But this was definitely Matt Ryan and the Colts' best game, no doubt they've
It
played all
definitely
season.
was. The passing game just clicked this game for the Colts.
I mean, it did.
Yeah. Deion Jackson, he had 10 receptions, 79 yards.
Yeah, Pittman had 135 yards. Paris Campbell had 60 yards and a touchdown. Alec Pierce had 50 yards and a touchdown. Jelani Woods had 30 yards and a touchdown. Just giving it to a bunch of different receivers and letting them work.
I like how Matt Ryan uses all of his options.
Yeah, that's definitely
focusing on the
yeah, that's great for a quarterback to have.
Oh yeah, the defense, they played good too.
I do like the Colts defense. When they are on, they are on. But when they are off, they are off.
Yes, definitely.
The Jaguars, I thought at the beginning of the season, were going to surprise a lot of people, win some games, maybe even make the playoffs. But they're back to losing games and struggling.
Yeah, just like you just said about the Colts defense, they're on and off.
Yeah.
The Jaguars, they can either be mediocre or they can be terrible.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Despite the loss, I think Trevor Lawrence is a good quarterback, and I thought that he hasn't been playing bad.
You say this every week. Every time he loses, you're like, I still like him.
I mean, he's a new quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to give him time to develop. I loved him at Clemson.
Oh, I loved him back in college.
I mean, I loved him, man. And he's good.
He is good.
Tatum looks like him.
Yeah.
So
he did have 165 yards with 1 touchdown.
Yeah. But the running game is what's going to win them ball games. They just traded James Robinson to the Jets not too long ago.
Yep.
So Travis Etienne is their running back 1 now, 100%. He had 10 carries, 86 yards, and James Robinson had 55 yards.
Yeah,
Trevor Lawrence had 2 touchdowns on the ground.
Yeah, listen to that. He had 6 carries with 23 yards, plus the 2 touchdowns.
Plus his passing. So I think Trevor Lawrence is a good quarterback in the NFL. That no doubt what anybody says. I think he's going to be good.
Yeah, in the years to come.
Yeah. Next, we have the Patriots killing the Browns 38-15.
Yeah, in my opinion, Mac Jones was holding back the Patriots, and Zach has really played well.
I mean, he had 310 yards and 2 touchdowns. If anybody watched the game last night, he came in, played really good, did not play good the rest of the game. They lost. But the whole entire stadium was chanting when Mac Jones was in to get Zap in the football game.
Right.
They want him, and I think he is better. And I think they're going to go with him going forward.
Yeah. I think outside of Mac Jones, I think the Patriots are mediocre to solid. Yeah. They have a decent defense. They have weapons. And they have the GOAT coach, Bill Belichick.
I mean, Bill Belichick, no doubt, is a genius of football.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing. And I think with him and Zap and their defense and some of their offensive schemes, I think they're going to be just fine.
Yeah, their rushing and passing game worked well this game. Stevenson had 19 carries with 76 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Tyquan Thornton had a touchdown. Devontae Parker had 65 yards. Hunter Henry had 60 yards and a touchdown. And I think that's because of Zap. He's getting the football to his playmakers, and he's letting them work.
Right. And, right after that offense, the defense there to back it up.
Of course.
They caused 2 turnovers.
Yeah, Kyle Dagger and Jalen Mills both had an interception.
Yep.
When both sides of the football are clicking at that high of a level, you're not going to lose.
Oh, yeah.
You just can't.
Yeah, the Browns, they have a very good offense in my opinion. But Jacob Brissett really struggled this game.
Yeah. He had 266 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions. And I think they're just waiting, and they need him. But when Deshaun Watson is back, I think the Browns are going to be one of the best teams in the NFL offensively.
I disagree with that one. I think the Browns are just
Why? I don't hear.
I think the Browns are just not going to be that top level. I just don't think they can make it.
It's the Browns. They always disappoint.
They do.
But all the weapons they have on offense. I mean,
they have Nick Chubb. He had 12 carries for 56 yards.
Yeah, I mean,
but the Browns' defense sucks. They give up 400 yards and 38 points.
Yeah, when the defense is playing that bad, you're not going to win a football game.
Oh, definitely.
Next, we have the Bengals beating the Saints 30-26.
I think Joe Burrow is now a top 10 quarterback again. Finally getting together and playing good.
I think he's a top 3 quarterback.
Yeah.
I think he is separated from the rest. I think he's in the tier with – not yet.
He is the best, youngest quarterback in the NFL right now.
No doubt. Yeah.
No
I
doubt.
mean, yeah, for how young he is, yeah.
Yes, he had 300 yards with 3 touchdowns and no interceptions that game.
With the amount of experience he had, he tore his ACL year one,
Yeah.
second year, led him to the Super Bowl, and now he's doing this.
Yeah.
He's only played 2 seasons of full football.
He also had 4 carries for 25 yards and a rushing touchdown.
He can do everything, and I really like him. And when they give Jamar Chase the football, they're not going to lose. He is a top 3 receiver in football, in my opinion. Don't care what anybody says. He is that good. He is that dude. He had 7 catches, 135 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Nobody can guard him.
I agree. Tyler Boyd, he's playing good with T. Higgins. They both had 6 catches, but Tyler Boyd has 66 yards and Higgins only had 47.
Yeah, Joe Mixon has not done much this year, but he did score a touchdown.
Yeah.
The Bengals' offense is incredible. Top 5 offense in football.
I used to love Joe Mixon, but he's kind of slowed down the past year.
He's not done a lot this year,
No.
partially because of how good Joe Burrow's been playing. They're
Right.
not going to run the football that much.
Yeah.
They're going to try and give the ball to Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, those guys who are getting the job done.
Yeah, they're getting the job done. No need to change it up.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right. I think the Bengals defense also played very well.
Yeah, when they're clicking, I don't like Eli Apple at
No.
corner. He's always getting burned. I don't like him.
Yeah.
But the Saints, they are in every single ball game, and they just fall short. I like the Saints if they could do something better at the quarterback position.
Right.
Until Jameis gets back, Andy Dalton is playing.
Andy Dalton, he's not good, but he's not terrible.
I mean, he's been in the league for 30 years.
He has. He's old.
I mean, 162 yards and a touchdown, not bad, but he's just not at the level of – you don't want him at QB1.
Right.
He's a solid backup,
He is.
but you don't want him at QB1.
Yeah, the Saints had a decent running game, too. Alvin Kamara had 19 carries for 100 yards.
Mark Ingram had 45 yards. Rashid Shaheed had 1 carry for 44 yards and a touchdown.
Taysom Hill had 5 carries for 40 yards.
I like Taysom Hill a lot.
I do, too. He's great. He can do everything.
Yeah, he can do everything. He played quarterback. He came in the game this week and threw a dot at quarterback. I mean, a spiral
Yeah, he did.
right through the middle.
He did. Ooh, here's a big upset. Steelers beat the Buccaneers. Tom
Okay.
Brady falling short.
What's going on with the
The
Bucs,
Steelers
man?
are terrible.
They cannot win.
I know.
The Steelers are bad, and and the Buccaneers should be better, and they lost.
Yeah, I
Then
know.
they lost to the Panthers.
Yeah.
I mean,
The Panthers easily the worst team in the NFL.
oh yeah, easily. And I don't know what's going on with Tom Brady and the Bucs, but they got to figure it out.
Kenny Pickett, he's kind of figuring stuff out in the league, 67 yards with a touchdown.
That's why I hate Kenny Pickett with a burning passion.
Do you really?
I think he's a bust.
Well, it's
He's
just-
terrible. He has
A lot of people like Kenny Pickett.
this
A lot of
season. He's
people
thrown
like-
2 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. What else do I have to say? He's terrible.
Yeah.
Don't like him. Mitch Trubisky. He is better than Mitch Trubisky. He should be QB1 right now in the Steelers, but I don't think he's good.
I feel you.
145 yards and a touchdown from Trubisky. He should have stayed in this game. Whatever. Chase Claypool is their only good receiver.
Oh, definitely. He had 100 yards and 7 receptions and a touchdown.
But like we said, the Buccaneers are terrible, man. They are awful.
Tom Brady still played good, though. 245 yards and a touchdown.
He just doesn't have a lot of weapons.
No, their receivers are not good. They're pretty mediocre.
Yeah.
Chris Godwin had 6 receptions, 95 yards. Mike Evans, 4 receptions, 45 yards.
Yeah, I mean, after that 95 yards, you don't have a lot.
Uh-uh.
So, I mean, Tom Brady's just not getting help.
Right. The Falcons beat the 49ers. 49ers did just get Chris McCaffrey.
Yes, but this was the week
Yeah.
before they got them. The
They,
Falcons played great this game. I think they hit on all cylinders.
yeah, Marcus Mariota, he played decent enough to win. 130 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 total touchdowns.
Yeah, he had 50 yards on the ground.
Yeah,
I like Marcus Mariota for the Falcons. I still don't think the Falcons are very good, but he is definitely
yeah,
for what they are. I think he's pretty good.
yeah. Caleb Huntley, He had 16 carries with 59 yards.
Tyler Aguilar had 50 carries, 50 yards. Marcus Mariota had 50 yards, a touchdown. 150 yards on the ground, relatively. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, the Falcons' defense, they played well.
Yeah, they did hold down the 49ers. They didn't play awful, but they just had too many turnovers, and they ended up losing the game because of it.
Jimmy Garoppolo, he didn't play bad, but he had costly turnovers.
Yeah.
He had 300 yards with 2 touchdowns, but also 2 interceptions.
Yeah, 2 interceptions is tough.
Yeah, that's a setback.
Brandon Ayuk had 8 receptions, 83 yards, and 2 touchdowns. George Kittle had 8 receptions and 83 yards, and Deebo Samuel had 80 yards and 7 catches. And now they're going to get Christian McCaffrey. That offense should be deadly.
Yeah.
I love what that offense should be able to do.
You know, I haven't heard much from Deebo Samuel after last year.
Yeah.
Or as much hype as I was.
Last year he was incredible, but
He
he has slowed down this season. Now that he's getting more weapons, he's probably not going to get the football as much.
Yeah, I agree.
Next, we have the Jets beating the Packers 27-10.
Yeah, the Jets, they might not be as bad as I thought.
I think they're good. They've beaten some good teams. I think they are solid.
I still don't like their QB situation, though, with Zach Wilson.
No, I don't either.
He had 110 yards, no touchdowns, and no interceptions.
Yeah. If they had a better quarterback, that offense would be so explosive. Breece Hall did tear his ACL, who was going to be, he was one of my favorite players to watch. He was great. Now they just got James Robinson. See what they can do.
Yeah, the running game for the Jets definitely is making them win these games.
Yeah.
Michael Carter had 6 carries, 40 yards.
Yeah. Breece Hall had 20 carries, 115 yards and a touchdown. And Braxton Berrios, the receiver, had 1 carry for 20 yards and a touchdown.
The Jets defense, they played well against Aaron Rodgers, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers always finding that something,
Yeah. But the Packers are struggling, and Rodgers really needs some weapons. It really shows how bad he needs Devontae Adams.
Aaron Rodgers is still playing good, though. He had 245 yards and a touchdown with not very good weapons.
No. Yeah, he had Robert Tonyan and Alan Lazard are their his 2 main guys. Tonyan had 90 yards, and Lazard had 75 yards and a touchdown. But that defense
is struggling.
Yeah,
the defense is struggling bad. The Dolphins are struggling as well. They got beat by the Vikings 24-16. The Vikings, they're pretty good this year. Kirk Cousins has actually been playing good. He had 170 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Hey, listen. We had a backup quarterback in the game. Tua came back. We beat the Steelers. We're 4-3 now. We have a positive record. We're back on the money, baby. This is just a minor setback.
Yeah, back to the Vikings. Dalvin Cook had a good game, though. He had 13 touches with 175 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, he's crazy.
To go along with that, Justin Jefferson is so good. He proves more every week.
Yes.
He had 6 touches and 110 yards.
Yeah, he's crazy. He's so explosive. I love watching him.
Yes. And the Vikings defense, they played pretty good.
Yeah. And, like I said, Teddy Bridgewater had to start because of the injury. He played decent, but he, once again, had too many turnovers. He had 330 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions, but too many turnovers. And that's ultimately what lost them the game.
I think Dolphins has one of the best receiving corps in the NFL.
Easily, no doubt.
Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Them 2 combined is so good.
177 yards out of Hill, and then Jalen Waddle gets 122 yards to go along with Mike Gesicki having 70 yards and 2 touchdowns. That offense is deadly, man.
It is, but they just struggling. The defense has been struggling.
That's what's losing them games.
Yeah, definitely. The Panthers falling short to the Rams. I just think the Panthers are bad, even though they did just get a win this week.
Yeah, I still don't think the Rams are very good. Matthew Stafford had 253 yards and a touchdown and an interception. And I keep talking about them, but I just –
yeah,
I don't know why they're bad.
I don't understand it either after coming off the Super Bowl.
Yeah. On the flip side of things – Baker Mayfield was not getting it done, so that's why P.J. Walker is in the game this last week. So they need to figure something out. The Panthers now trading away all their players, but the Rams still need to figure stuff out because I still don't know why they're so bad.
They do.
Next, we have the Seahawks beating the Cardinals 19-9.
See, the Seahawks have been playing decent football. Geno Smith has really impressed me. and he's actually been playing really good.
Yeah, I think he's definitely QB1 in Seattle.
Oh, easily.
He had 200 yards, no touchdowns or no interceptions. But when they have Kenneth Walker, the third, playing like he is, he had 100 yards and a touchdown. He is one of the best young running backs in the NFL right now.
Oh, easily. I think Seattle will go high. I think they'll make it in the playoffs.
Yeah, I do too. On the flip side of things, Cardinals are struggling very bad.
Yeah.
He just does not have a lot of weapons, and he badly needed D-Hop if you watched the game from this week.
Yeah, Kyler Murray's just not playing. He's not playing bad, but he just doesn't have a lot of weapons.
No, he doesn't. 225 yards with 10 carries and 100 yards. And yeah, just not much going on until they got D-Hop back.
Yeah, the Bills beating the Chiefs. I like seeing the Bills win.
Me too.
Yeah.
The Bills are great. They're one of the best teams of football. Did you hear about the Jordan Poyer story? He was injured and he was not cleared to fly, so he drove 15 hours to the Chiefs Stadium, played, and then drove 15 hours home.
That's crazy.
That's dedication to the game.
Is.
He wanted to play, and he did.
Yeah, Josh Allen wanted to play, and he did. He was hot that game. He was hot. 330 yards with 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. Their receiving core is incredible. Stephon Diggs had 10 receptions, 150 yards, and a touchdown. Gabe Davis had 3 receptions, 74 yards, and a touchdown. And Dawson Knox, the tight end, had 40 yards and 1 touchdown.
Yeah. Did y'all see Josh Allen hurdle that guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Allen is
he's
crazy,
always doing something.
man.
He's so athletic.
Yeah, he's so athletic.
But the defense, they forced 2 interceptions. So I think both sides of the ball is what's giving them those wins.
Yes. The Chiefs did lose, but they have still been playing very good football. Patrick Mahomes is playing great, but once again, too many turnovers is going to lose you a game.
Yeah.
340 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions.
Yeah, the Chiefs' receiving core has been playing great. Juju Smith-Schuster, 5 receptions, 150 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, to go along with Travis Kelce having 108 yards, and McCole Hardman had 45 yards and a touchdown. I like their offense, too. I think they're great.
Yeah. I think the Eagles are great, beating the Cowboys 26-17. The Eagles are still undefeated. When do you think they'll lose?
They're going to lose at some point. I don't think they're going to go all the way and undefeated. Their schedule is not. It's pretty hard. It's pretty easy compared to other teams that are harder.
Yeah,
but
I
think they're going to lose at one point.
I think they're a great team. Jalen Hurts has been playing great football, and it's been showing. He's had almost 200 yards and 2 touchdowns this game.
Yeah, I think the Eagles have some of the best weapons in the NFL. You know, they have Miles Sanders, who had 70 yards and a touchdown, A.J. Brown, who had 70 yards and a touchdown, and Devontae Smith, who had 45 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah.
And when that defense is locked down like they have been, they forced 3 interceptions.
Yeah,
Chauncey Gardner had 2 of them.
Yeah, and Darius Slay had another interception.
I like their corners. I think they're great. That secondary is incredible.
Right. But the Cowboys, they've been playing good so far, but they struggled this game.
Cooper Rush did finally lose as a starter, so he's not immortal. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, Dak Prescott is coming back, too.
He did. He did struggle pretty bad. 180 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions.
Ezekiel Elliott played good, though. He had 13 touches with 80 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, that's great. And the Cowboys' defense just couldn't do a lot to stop the Eagles' offense.
No. Chargers beat the Broncos 19-16. I thought in the beginning of the season the Chargers were going to be really good, but now I don't know. They're winning games, but barely against these mediocre teams.
Yeah, they're barely beating these mediocre teams, and they're losing against better ones. But Justin Herbert has still, in my opinion, been playing pretty good football. He kind of struggled this game. He had 240 yards with 0 touchdowns and interception.
Yeah, that's still good yards, you know.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, their defense is not bad either.
No. The Broncos have been playing absolutely terrible football.
When Russell Wilson stepped in, that's when things started going down.
I just don't think he has anymore, man. I think he's done.
He had 188 yards with 1 touchdown.
Which isn't bad, but, you know.
I just think he's getting old.
Yeah, he's getting old. Now, this stat line is crazy. Alex Singleton, their linebacker, had 21 tackles in this game.
Yeah, their defense is good.
That's insane.
I think their defense is really good.
And that is all the games for Week 6. So we calculated the predictions. But since it's delayed, we will say that Tandem did win this week.
I did.
He got 7 right. I got 5 right, and Zach got 4 right.
I mean, which is so awful. I'm very mad about that.
It is what it is. Hey, I haven't won a single thing yet.
Yeah, so now
It
the
feels good.
score is 2-2 to 1.
Mhm,
Yep.
And we still have somebody has to make up a punishment, but we'll get there.
Yep.
We'll get there at some point. Might just
Anyway.
take us a little while.
Week 7 games. The Cardinals beat the Saints in a shootout, 42-34.
The Saints are going to lose games if Andy Dalton does not start to take better care of the ball. He did not play awful, but he threw 2 pick sixes
Yeah,
back to back.
Yeah, but listen to this. He had 400 yards with 4 touchdowns, but he did have 3 interceptions.
Yeah,
Besides the interceptions,
Technically, you could say that he had 6 touchdowns.
yeah, besides the interceptions, he had a great game.
Did you get my joke?
Yeah,
Big sixes.
yeah.
But the Saints, everybody contributed for the Saints, and I really loved what they did. Chris Olave had 7 receptions, 100 yards. Kevin White had 1 reception, 65 yards. Traquan Smith had 5 catches, 60 yards. Alvin Kamara had 56 yards. And Rashid Shaheed had 1 catch and 53 yards.
Yeah, but the only thing is their defense. They gave up 42 points.
Yeah, if you're going to give up 42 points, it's hard.
It is.
No matter how many points you score.
Yeah, but for the Cardinals, Kyler Murray finally played good. He had 200 yards with 1 touchdown.
And you know why he played good?
DeAndre D-Hop is back from suspension.
Yeah.
From PEDs.
Yeah. And he has shown why he's still one of the best in football. 10 catches, 103 yards, and the Cardinals' defense played amazing.
Yeah.
You know, like we said, they forced 3 interceptions and 2 were pick sixes.
Another one on the Cardinals that had a good game on the ground was Benjamin.
Oh, yeah.
He had 12 carries with 100 yards and 1 touchdown.
Yeah, that's great. Next, we have the Ravens beating the Browns 23-20.
Yep.
Lamar started off the season hot, like we said, but he has slowed down since, and he really needs to step it up if the Ravens want to make the playoffs because the AFC is tough.
Right, but I still think the Ravens have one of the best running games.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Gus Edwards had 70 yards and 2 touchdowns, and Lamar Jackson had 60 yards. And the Ravens sacked Jacoby Brissett 5 times. That is crazy.
Yeah, that is.
Jacoby Brissett has just been playing decent, but they really need Deshaun Watson back.
They do. I think the backfield of Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt is the best in the NFL.
Oh, no doubt.
Kareem Hunt had 5 carries, only 4 yards, but he did have a touchdown with that.
Yeah, and Nick Chubb had 91 yards and a touchdown. And Amari Cooper was, at the beginning of the season really hasn't done much, but he's starting to show up now. He had 75 yards, David Njoku had 70 yards, and Donovan Peoples-Jones had 70 yards.
Now, this is a crazy game right here.
Yeah.
Panthers beating the Buccaneers, sorry.
21-3.
Yeah.
The Buccaneers scored 3 points against the Panthers.
Yeah.
And that is after they traded Robbie Anderson to the Cardinals and CMC to the 49ers, and their backup quarterback, P.J. Walker, who just came from the XFL, played and scored 2 touchdowns, 380 yards, and beat the Buccaneers.
Yeah. I think Foreman had a great game on the ground. He had 15 carries with 120 yards.
He played great. And
DJ Moore, he's receiver number 1 now in Carolina and proved he can. He had 7 receptions, 70 yards, and a touchdown.
Great. He's got to show out now. He's wide receiver 1. He's all they got.
Yeah, I think, and the defense, they just completely shut down Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And it was led by Dante Jackson with 10 tackles.
Yeah. That defense just killed Tom Brady.
It showed out that game.
The Buccaneers are 3-4, and this is the first time since 2002 Tom Brady has been less than 500 this late in the season.
Yeah.
He is mad. He is frustrated. He's going through a divorce with his life, and now he's below 500?
Yeah, I just don't think Tom Brady's playing good.
No, he's not.
He did not have a lot of help around him, though.
Yeah.
He had 300 yards, no touchdowns, and no interceptions.
Yeah, Mike Evans had 100 yards, and he did drop a wide-open touchdown.
Right.
And I really don't know if the Bucs are even going to make the playoffs
Me neither.
at this moment.
I think Mike Evans is the only thing that's helping them right now.
Yeah.
I think he's really good.
Bengals beating the Falcons 35-17. Joe Burrow and the Bengals had one of the best first halves I've ever seen.
Yeah, I think Joe Burrow's playing amazing football. If he keeps it up, do you think he'll get MVP?
I think there's a chance. I think he'll definitely be a candidate for sure.
And I think they're locked in for playoffs too. Listen, Joe Burrow had almost 500 yards with 3 touchdowns.
It's insane.
That is crazy.
Throwing for 500 yards in a game nobody can even fathom how much that is.
Oh, yeah. The Bengals, their rushing and passing game is just unstoppable. Joe Mixon, 17 touches, 60 yards and a touchdown. Joe Burrow had 3 carries with 20 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, passing the ball, Tyler Boyd had 8 catches, 155 yards and a touchdown. Jamar Chase, that dude, 8 catches, 130 yards and 2 touchdowns. And T. Higgins at 100 yards.
Yeah.
Those 3 right there, Tyler Boyd, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins, are the second best receiving core in football, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. And I think Jamar Chase is insane. I think he's top 3 receiver this year.
No question.
Yeah.
On the flip side of things, Marcus Mariota, he is just the most mid quarterback you'll ever see.
Yeah, he is not terrible. He is not good. He had 120 yards with 1 touchdown.
Yeah.
They just didn't do anything this week. They just got their butts kicked.
Yeah, they just did. They just came out there and beat it.
Yeah.
The Cowboys beat the Lions 24-6. Dak Prescott is back for the Cowboys.
Yeah, he
Cowboys.
played all right after that finger injury. He had 200 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah.
I like the Cowboys' backfield. I think it's one of the best in the league with Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah, Tony Pollard is definitely running back 1. 12 carries, 83 yards. But Zeke did have 15 carries, 60 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And he hurdled someone like prime Zeke.
He did. When Zeke was prime, he was easily one of the best in the league.
Oh, yeah, easily, no doubt.
Yeah.
The Lions just played awful. Jared Goff performance was absolutely terrible. Threw 2 interceptions. You just cannot win with that.
Yeah, and you can't win with the backfield.
No.
With it struggling without DeAndre Swift.
Yeah, when DeAndre Swift is back and, Jared Goff figures some things out, I don't think the Lions will be bad. But Jeff Okudah.
Yeah, on their defense, I think Jeff Okudah is becoming a really solid NFL player.
He is playing great football, and I'm really glad.
Speaking of great football, the Giants, they beat the Jaguars 23-17. I think the Giants might make it far. I think they're going to make it far.
I definitely think they will. Brian Daboll, I think, is going to win Coach of the Year. What he has done with the Giants has been beyond impressive. He brought a very, very mediocre team to a great team in one season. It's incredible to watch.
Just like Daniel Jones. I think if they had a better quarterback, they'd be basically impossible to beat. But he's still winning games.
Yeah.
He had 202 yards and 1 TD passing and 11 carries, 110 yards, and 1 touchdown rushing.
Yeah, together he had almost 300 yards.
Yeah.
So that's great.
And what's great is Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
He's easily the best Giants player when he's healthy.
Yes. He is one of the best running backs in the NFL when he's healthy. No doubt.
Oh, yeah. He had 24 carries, 110 yards.
And that defense has really impressed me this season. They really locked down the Jaguars this season.
The Jaguars, they haven't impressed me one bit. I've always liked the Jaguars because, ever since Trevor Lawrence got on there.
Yeah.
Because I used to love watching him in college.
Yeah, dude. At Clemson, he was so fun to watch.
Yeah.
He's a solid quarterback in a bad organization, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. He had 310 yards, but no touchdowns. But rushing, he had 4 carries with 3 touchdowns and a touchdown.
Yeah. If he had better weapons and these weapons were clicking, I think he would be great. He's moving the ball. He's just not scoring a lot. Travis Etienne is now the only receiver or running back in Jacksonville, or good running back in Jacksonville.
And Christian Kirk, he's impressed me this season.
Oh, he really
I think
has.
he's Trevor's best target. 7 receptions and 100 yards.
Yeah, he has a bunch of receiving yards. I think he's top 5 in the league in yards.
Yeah.
The Commanders beat the Packers 23-21. Did not see this one coming at all.
I think it's Taylor Haneke. Started due to Carson Wentz's injury. I think he played really good.
Yeah, me too.
201 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, but 1 interception.
Yeah, I think he's great.
I do too. Remember, he started, I think it was last year.
Yeah.
He started.
Didn't do bad.
No, he didn't. The Commanders, they're getting a lot of yards off the ground as well. They've got Brian Robinson, 20 carries with 73 yards. Antonio Gibson, 10 carries and 59 yards.
And throwing the ball, they have Terry McLaurin with 5 catches,
I love
73 yards, and a touchdown. Yeah, he's great.
I love watching.
Super fun to watch. Curtis Samuel, 5 catches, 53 yards. And Antonio Gibson also had a touchdown catching the ball.
Yeah.
But the Packers are just really struggling. They've lost to at least 4 teams that I thought they were better than.
Oh, yeah, Aaron Rodgers, he's struggling with the weapons he has. He almost had 200 yards with 2 touchdowns.
I don't know what the problem is in Green Bay. I really don't.
Yeah, I think the Packers' best weapon now is Aaron Jones. He had 8 touches with 23 yards and 9 receptions with 53 yards and 2 touchdowns.
That's great.
It is.
The DeAndre Campbell led the Packers defense with 7 tackles and an interception, but still fell short to the Commanders.
I think the Packers' defense is not terrible.
No, I think the Packers'
they're pretty
defense
good.
is solid,
Yeah.
but that offense got to do something.
Right. Titans beat the Colts 19-10. Titans started off the season slow, but now they're definitely coming up to one of the best teams in the AFC.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I think they're one of the best teams in the AFC.
Ryan Tannehill is perfect for the system because he doesn't have to play incredible to win games.
No, he doesn't have to play amazing football to get the win, kind of like I would say Daniel Jones.
Right.
Those guys that just have to do a job, and they do a job, and they do it well. He had 130 yards and 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, but they gave Derrick Henry the ball 30 times.
This is what we were talking about. When Derrick Henry is good and healthy, he can win games.
Yeah, they're not going to lose.
Yeah, he had 130 yards, and he's definitely one of the best running backs.
To go along with that defense who's been playing great, they forced 2 interceptions, but the Colts, man, they are very, very bad.
Oh, they
Horrible
are.
quarterback, poor offensive line play, poor running back play, and poor defensive play. They got to do something different than Matt Ryan, man.
Oh, he's terrible. He had 2 interceptions. He did have 240 yards and a touchdown, though. But, no.
Paris Campbell was their best receiving target with 10 catches, 70 yards, and a touchdown. Their backup, Sam Ellinger, did come in at the end of the game, complete a few passes. So, who knows?
Right.
Maybe next week they start him.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he is announced he started this week. I'm pretty sure I saw that on Instagram earlier.
Yeah.
So, if he wins a game, maybe they do think about, putting him in there.
They might.
Next, we have the Raiders beating the Texans 38-20. The Raiders, this is the best game the Raiders have played all season. They got off to a very slow start this season, but I really do think they can turn it around. I think they're a good squad. If they start playing together, I think they can make the playoffs.
Yeah, Derek Carr. He's not been playing the best this season, but he's played decent this game. He had 240 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs had a great game on the ground. 20 carries, 145 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
If they would find a way to give the ball to Devontae Adams, they'll be fine.
Yeah.
He had 8 receptions and 100 yards.
He's great. I like him. I like everything about him. He's a great receiver.
I do too.
I like that offense. If the defense steps up and plays good, I think they'll be just fine.
Yeah, but the Texans, they're just really bad. Their quarterback, their offensive line, their receivers, and defense are just awful.
Yeah.
Davis Mills just isn't going to win the Texan football games. He's not good enough to win.
No. I don't think he's good enough to win with what he has.
Yes,
he is not good enough to win by himself. He did have 300 yards and 2 touchdowns and an interception, but like I said, he fell short.
Yeah.
Dameon Pierce, though, I really have liked him. He is just in a poor organization. I think if he was out of there, he'd really shine. He had 20 carries and 100 yards.
The Jets beating another team this week, beating the Broncos 16-9.
Yeah, the Jets are the 2nd seed in the AFC East behind the Bills, and this is the best the Jets have been in a long time. They are solid. They are good all around.
Oh, definitely.
And I really think they're going to make the playoffs. I truly do.
But I still just don't like Zach Wilson. I don't think he's very good. I think they'd be better without him.
Oh, I think they would 100% be better
He
with that.
only had 120 yards and no touchdowns.
Next, we have Breece Hall. He had a great game in the season, but then he suffered an ACL tear, and that has him out for the season. But before the injury, he was really looking like the offensive rookie of the year, in my opinion.
Oh, definitely. He had 4 carries, 72 yards, and a touchdown before the injury.
Yeah. Sauce Gardner is my pick for Defensive Rookie of the Year. He is
Yeah.
a dog.
He is the real deal.
He is nice.
Yeah.
But the Broncos are just terrible, man.
They're bottom 10 team in the NFL.
Oh, yeah. Poor quarterback play, poor offense. They're not moving the ball. Brett Ripon started due to the Russell Wilson injury, and he just played bad. 200 yards and an interception. Jerry Jeudy did have 7 catches and 100 yards, so just the Broncos are not good,
They
man.
just can't pull it in. The Chiefs beat the 49ers. Chiefs, they have one of the best offenses in the NFL. They move the ball so good, and they just have superstars like Patrick Mahomes. He's still proving he's one of the best in the league with 430 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception.
That's crazy. That's insane.
Yeah.
McCole Hardman scored 2 touchdowns on the ground to go with it. And like we said earlier, when a quarterback can give the ball to their playmakers, like Patrick Mahomes did this game.
With Juju Smith-Schuster, he had 7 receptions, 125 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah. Marquez Valdes-Scantling had 3 catches, 111 yards. Travis Kelce had 100 yards. McCole Hardman had 30 yards and a touchdown. He had 3 touchdowns altogether, and Justin Watson had a touchdown. When Patrick Mahomes is giving the balls, he spread the ball to everyone on the field. Nobody can guard it.
Yeah, I don't think so. And I don't think anybody can guard CMC. He's one of the best in my opinion. Well, he's not the best, but I just love watching him.
Yeah, he's so fun to watch.
He is. He just got traded to the 49ers, too, from the Panthers.
Yeah, he did not play. He did not get a lot of carries this game, but that is understandable because he does have a lot of weapons.
Yeah.
They do. The 49ers do.
He had 8 carries and 40 yards.
Yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo is the franchise quarterback for the 49ers, in my opinion.
Yeah.
No doubt. He's experienced, and I think he's actually a very solid quarterback. He had 300 yards and 2 touchdowns and an interception. I think he's great.
Yeah, the 49ers receivers had a good game. George Kittle, 6 receptions, 100 yards, and a touchdown. McLeod had 4 receptions, 65 yards, and a touchdown.
To go along with Brandon Ayuk, who had 7 catches and 82 yards. And that 49ers defense, who has been solid so far this season all around, just struggled against the offense, and they just failed to win.
They did. Chargers getting beat by the Seattle Seahawks, 37-23. I've been surprised by Seattle this year. They're the first in the NFC West, and I think they'll make playoffs.
I do too. I think they're definitely going to make the playoffs. The division right now is not the strongest it's been, but I think Geno Smith has been playing great this year and definitely should be the franchise quarterback for the Seahawks moving forward.
Oh, yeah. He had 210 yards, 2 touchdowns, but he did have an interception.
Yeah. Kenneth Walker III is one of my picks for Offensive Rookie of the Year
Yeah, he's
now.
a star in the making. Awesome.
I mean, 23 carries, 170 yards, and 2 touchdowns. That's insane.
Yeah.
And to go along with Marcus Goodwin, he caught both of Geno Smith's touchdowns.
Yeah. But I'm just confused about the Chargers.
Me too.
Because to me, I think they're great, but they're losing all these games.
Yeah. They're losing to teams that I don't think they should be losing to.
Right.
And so it makes me question them.
Yeah, despite the losses, though, this game, Justin Herbert is still playing good football. He had 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception.
And I really love the way they're using Austin Eckler. They use him in the run game and the pass game. In the run game, he had 9 carries, 30 yards, and a touchdown. And in the pass game, he had 12 catches, 100 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's great.
The Dolphins are not playing great. They hardly beat out the Steelers, 16-10.
A dub's a dub.
It is.
Tua's back from almost, getting very badly hurt. Give him a break. He's fine. They beat the Steelers. We're back to a positive record. I think we're good to go.
He had 261 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions.
But I mean, when you have to do of Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill, I mean, they're easily the best duo in the NFL. You cannot guard them.
Yeah,
You just can't.
Jalen Waddle, he had 4 catches, 88 yards, and Tyreek Hill had 7 catches and 72 yards.
And to go along with it, the Dolphins' defense played great.
Oh,
3 interceptions and 2 sacks.
But the Steelers, they're just really bad. They're one of the worst teams in the NFL.
Yeah, Kenny Pickett, like I said, is absolutely terrible. He's the worst. Do not like him at all. Terrible pick. He has 2 touchdowns, and he has thrown 7 interceptions. He threw 3 this game. That's all you got to say. Other than that, the only good thing offensively I see about the Steelers is George Pickens.
Yeah.
I think he turned out to be a great draft pick.
He did. He had 6 catches, 61 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, and I also think Najee Harris is good too.
Yeah, but what's crazy to me is the Bears beat the Patriots.
Dude, they
Blew
creamed
them
them.
out. Yeah, the Bears maybe aren't as bad as I thought, but they're still not good.
No, I still don't think they're great.
Yeah,
but Justin Fields played great.
Yeah, he's been struggling this year, but he impressed me. He had almost 200 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, along with 14 carries and 82 yards and a rushing touchdown.
Yeah, that's great. That's a good game right there.
I think the Bears need to stick to running the football. David Montgomery and Justin Fields ran all over them.
Yeah, David Montgomery had 15 carries, 65 yards, and a touchdown. And Justin Fields had, like we said, he had 82 yards and a touchdown. And the Bears defense forced 4 turnovers, including 3 interceptions.
They just played amazing.
Yeah, the Bears just played great.
Yeah, Mac Jones started the game, but he did get replaced by Zach because he threw an interception.
Yeah, he only had 13 yards and an interception. They chanted for Zach to come in. He did.
Zach
he comes
had a great first 2 drives, but struggled afterwards.
Yeah.
He had almost 200 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions.
Yeah, I just don't think the Patriots are that good.
I think if Bill Belichick had the players like he used to, then I think
I think they'd be great.
Yeah.
So now we are going to go to our Week 8 predictions.
After we talk about our Week 7 predictions that we also happened to not talk about. And, it just pains me to say it, but everybody knows that Landon's going to win the majority of these. So, we can just move on right from this and just go to the next segment because it doesn't even matter. He's probably going to win the next one too. So.
Yeah. Let's just skip ahead.
Well, so what are you guys thinking for this first game, Ravens versus the Buccaneers?
I'm going to pick Ravens.
I'm also going to go the Ravens because the Buccaneers are really struggling. They lost to 2 bad teams.
Yeah, 2 weeks in a row. Lost to terrible teams.
Yeah, I got the Ravens.
Zach, what do you think?
I think that Tom Brady is still an amazing quarterback, and there's just definitely a possibility that he wins that matchup.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go with the Buccaneers for
That's
that one.
It's
definitely an option. Broncos versus the Jaguars.
I'm going to go Jags.
That's 2 very bad teams.
I'm going to go Jaguars too.
But I'm going to go Jaguars because the Broncos are just not doing it.
Russell Wilson is just not living up.
Yeah.
Okay, game after that, we have the Dolphins versus the Lions.
I pick Dolphins.
Yeah.
Tua is back, man.
Yeah, Tua is back. I'm going Fins.
Speaking of Tua is back.
That's great.
So I'm going to go with the Dolphins. Dude, too far.
That's messed up. Anyway,
game after that, Panthers versus the Falcons.
I'm going to go bad.
They're awful.
But the Panthers, you know what? They're coming off a win to the Buccaneers. I'm going Panthers.
I'm going to go with the Panthers as well for that.
I might switch it up and go Falcons.
It's not a bad pick.
You know what? We do need to switch. We need to mix it up a little bit more. We have some close calls every week here. So what did you go for that, Tandem?
I'm going to go Falcons.
You're going to go Falcons for that one, okay.
Yeah.
And I'm going to also go with the Panthers. Game after that, we have the Cardinals versus the Vikings. I think the Vikings.
I'm going to pick Vikings, too.
They're a very good team.
Even the Cardinals, Kyler Murray, he's decent.
Yeah.
But they're just
the
not
Vikings
doing
are great, but the Cardinals just got D-Hop back.
They did.
I'm going Cardinals.
All right.
All right. I can see exactly why you chose that. I just really think the Vikings are going to come out on top of this one. All right, game after that, we have the Bears versus the Cowboys.
That's a tough one because the Cowboys, they've been playing good, but the Bears just blew out the Patriots.
Yeah. I'm still going to go the Cowboys.
Yeah, I still think that the Cowboys are going to come
back.
out.
I'm going Cowboys.
Yeah.
A lot of returning
I'm going to have to go Cowboys.
I know. And you went with Cowboys for that one too, Lennon?
Yeah.
All right. Game after that, we have the Raiders versus the Saints.
I'm going to go Raiders.
I'm going to go Saints.
I'm going to go Raiders too. I just want to see just a fun game happen.
I want to see Derek Carr go crazy.
I want to see Devontae Adams do something.
I want to see them
crazy.
two connect.
And you said what for that one, Landon?
I'm going with the Saints.
Okay.
I like their offense. I like their defense.
Right.
They're just losing close games.
Game after that, we have the Steelers versus the Eagles.
Eagles, no question.
No doubt the Eagles.
Yeah.
The Steelers are just awful.
Yeah. I mean, you want to go off again on how much you don't like Kenny
Yeah,
Pickett?
Kenny Pickett
Game after that, we have the Patriots versus the Jets. Honestly,
I'm gonna go
Jets.
I'm gonna go
Jets are winning ball games. Jets all
Yeah.
the way.
all
you know
the way
what? We really
Jets.
kind of switched our tune on the Jets.
Dude, they're 5-2,
recently.
man. They're winning ball games.
They are.
Game after that, we have the Titans versus the Texans.
I'm gonna go
Titans.
Titans.
Definitely the Titans,
Yeah,
hand down.
Zach, when are you gonna switch it up, man? Come on now.
I mean, dude, I just go with exactly what I think, and all these are going to win. I guarantee it. I'll go a perfect score. Giants versus the Seahawks.
I'm gonna go Giants. They've been winning games, but Seattle, they're not bad at all.
I'm
I
going.
like Geno Smith.
I do too, but
I'm going to go
I'm
Seahawks.
gonna go Giants.
I'm going Giants as well.
I'm going to go Seahawks.
Brian
as well.
DeBull and the Giants are not losing.
Right.
I mean, there's just definitely going to be some upsets this week that we're just not thinking about.
Just like last week, there's a lot of
It
upsets.
happens every single time.
Just like the Bears versus
One of
Patriots.
us is always unhappy, and it's usually me or Tandem.
Yeah. I think it's all these.
All right, game after that, we have the Commanders versus the Colts.
I'm gonna go Commanders on this one.
I definitely think the Commanders are going to play a better ball game than the Colts.
I do too.
I'm
I
going to go
agree.
Colts.
So all of us go Colts. Dang, man. Got to switch it up every now and then, dude.
What?
What?
Zach,
What?
me and you went Commanders. Lana went Colts.
Way to switch it up there.
Thank you.
Anyway,
All right, game after that, we have the 49ers versus the Rams.
I'm gonna go 49ers.
I'm also going to go 49ers.
They just got Christian
Mhm.
McCaffrey.
And they did lose against the Chiefs, but they were winning for like a second. You know, so I definitely think that they could
I'm going to go Rams.
do some stuff right there. You're
Yeah.
going to go Rams for that
I
one?
choose the Rams every week and they just disappoint me. But I'm going to go with the Rams.
I mean, they might pop out this week.
Hope so.
Every week that you choose them, they're going to lose. Packers versus the Bills. Bills, no question.
Yep.
I feel like are going to
Bills Mafia all the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Bills. I have to.
I mean,
The Bills are just so much better. But Aaron Rodgers, he's so good as well.
Aaron Rodgers could definitely be doing
Especially
a lot
when
better.
he's-
It's not.
Especially when Aaron
entirely
Rodgers
his
is off that perk.
fault.
Especially when he's off that perk. He goes crazy.
Do not do it, kids.
please don't. All right, again after that we have the Bengals versus the Browns. I'm going to go with the Bengals.
Bengals.
I'm also going Bengals.
I mean, there's just been a lot of like.
Joe Burrow
unfair
played
matchups
great
this week,
last
but
week.
Yeah,
It's
he
definitely
did.
going to be the Bengals. All right, and that's kind of all we have for you guys this week. We've had some definitely hard time scheduling things around, and a few of us gotten sick with the weather changing, but we'll
Plus
definitely be more
football
on track
schedules,
with this. Yeah, it's been pretty crazy, but we will get out to Dick soon. Tandem will lift some weights soon.
I will do my punishment.
We promise. But that is all we have for this week. Thank you guys for watching. Go visit our Instagram at LT Sports, our TikTok at LT Sports, and we will see you guys next week.
Peace out, guys.